Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. It's morning here while I'm recording, so good day. This is another episode of B.L.Y, Build Lessons for You, and I've built something again. I've gone a little insane building so much, having so many ideas, and I added another thing here to the beachfront area, that whole area that we built up last episode. Take a look. What do you think? What do you think of these high-rise condominiums with balconies and wonderful panoramic views of the waterfront and the beach? I love this building. I love how thin it is on one side and long on the other side. I love these big balconies and the rooftop. And my favorite thing is the lovely blue color that it has with the terracotta and the clay and all those stone blocks. It's so refreshing to look at. A lovely shade of blue to match the blue of the water. Okay, let me show you inside. Each unit in this new building comes with amazing views of the neighborhood, the Marina District neighborhood, and the top 2 stories have their own balconies, private balconies. Very little else though, no beds or anything. These are semi-furnished units available for purchase. And when these units hit the market, baby, we're gonna have the high rollers of Dakara lining up around the block to get their hands on these. And there's even a functional basement beneath this skyscraper. And I used the area to make a laundry room. Yeah, see, the dust, they look like your detergent and your fabric softener. And then there's some washing machines here. And then the lava, you know, it's hot, so that's how you dry your clothes. It makes sense. And then some shelves and things. Oh, in the corner, a spin cycle machine. It's a little touch, but I love having a space like this underneath a building. Underneath all the dwelling units, underneath the street even. Look, you can see up through these windows, that's the street level. Isn't it cool to have a street view like this from this angle? That's nice. All right, we are back in the city. So, what has been happening in Dakara lately? Besides going out and finding ourselves a pet camel. Yeah, look at you. Aren't you a cutie? Besides going out and finding a pet camel, last episode we built, well, basically all of this. The beachfront, the snack shack, the food truck, cheese wheels, a bunch of these homes, the boardwalk. I mean, last episode, we really rounded out this beach area a lot. And now we have these condominiums. Oh, this area is so beautiful. And we've been playing with all the new features that came with the 1.20 update, especially the new building blocks, bamboo and cherry. But I do not yet have a sniffer. I have not been able to find a sniffer egg. I've been hunting and hunting, and I still want one of those. Oh yeah, and armor trims. I've found a couple. I have not used them yet. I'm still looking for some more. I kind of have an idea of which ones I want to find to make my own custom armor set, but haven't had much luck on that front. But the sniffer egg, that's the one that I've got to find next. I simply need to have one. I want to get a hand on those the torch flowers, and what's the other one? The pitcher plant? Yeah. Please, if you know where to find a sniffer egg, where my chances are greater of finding one, help me! Getting my mind back on the city. All of these empty plots of land we have sitting around, they are really starting to bug me. I've got so many build ideas, and I've got the thirst to just come in and build, and see some of this emptiness turn into life. How does that sound? Are you ready to see it? Me too. However, we are setting all of that aside today because we've got a special agenda for today. I have, right here in my notes, instructions to build today in the city of Dakara one of your build ideas. That's right, a commenter's build idea. No, today we're not going to be doing one of my own stupid BubLimeYo ideas. Today we're going to be doing an idea that one of you guys had. So the chances that we're going to build something cool today and be successful at it are slightly greater than normal. Yeah. Now it's time to see what this idea is that I have been given in the comments. So, shall I introduce you to our commenter? Oh, you guys are gonna destroy me in the comments section for doing this. I'm sorry. Here they are. That's the commenter. There is no real commenter. I was lying. It's just the stinking villager in a hut. I'm a poser. I know. Please forgive me. Truthfully though, I do want your ideas for things to build in the city, so I'm asking you now, what is something you think our city is missing? Here, I'm going to narrow it down for you. I need your idea for these two neighborhoods. First up, the entertainment district. Here we already have a movie theater, a nightclub, a record store, a cafe, and a hotel. And this building is a contractor's office. So what do you think this area could use? And second to go, the Old Timey Neighborhood. Here we have a lovely old wooden schoolhouse, some early 20th century style row homes. This is an old-fashioned roadside billboard, you know, the kind that sit on the ground and not the kind that sit on poles up in the air. I like it, but I could also see it turn into something different. Now, in this neighborhood, I do know that at some point I want to build a bank. I think a bank would fit really well over here. But besides a bank, what else do you think this area could use? Okay, so I need you to make a list of 20 ideas and pick out the 5 best ones and send them to me, and I'm going to grade them on a scale from 1 to... I'm not gonna do any of that. But really, I love hearing from you guys, and I love hearing your ideas, so send me anything and everything you have to say. Okay, we've doidled enough this episode. Let's get over here and see what our commenter has to instruct us. Just so you know, this doesn't make you the boss of me. Okay. They want us to make a bamboo farm. And that's a great idea. We don't have a bamboo farm in the city of Dakara. Matchstrick has a bamboo farm in this world, and I've been relying on getting bamboo from him using his generosity. But we kind of need our own here now with the new bamboo block. We need a lot of it because the bamboo wood is so nice and it generates planks. But you know, the thing about the bamboo planks is you only get 2 from each log rather than 4, the usual 4 that you would get from, say, an oak log. So we are going to need a farm. We don't have a farm, but we do have a bamboo growing area. It is this building right here. On the outside, it looks like apartments or even a dormitory. Yeah, see, it's right here next to the hospital and the medical school. Maybe this is a dormitory for the medical students. But on the inside, it's where I've been growing bamboo, the noob way. It's clearly not producing enough, so I planted a bunch elsewhere, tucked in little corners hidden out of sight, and it's turning into a mess. We need a farm. So, bamboo farm, we're doing it BubLimeYo style, and that means we will not be building a simple farm. Well, we're going to build a simple farm because I'm not a redstone genius, but we're not going to be just simply building a farm. We're going to build a creative build around the farm, something to fit into the city. And on today, I am feeling I want a challenge, so we're going to make this build cozy. And that means it's time for a brand new segment for B.L.Y. We need to find a place in the city where we can build a significant bamboo farm, one that can produce significantly, and build a lovely, creative, aesthetically pleasing housing around it, something beautiful that will add to our city. And that is something that we can accomplish with a little city planning, the brand new segment for today on the B.L.Y. Show. Let's get ourselves together here. We are standing high up above the city. I've got the render distance turned way up so you can see all of the neighborhoods at once. Going to the east, you see the ocean that's bordering the city on that side. And then over on the west, the city's bordered by forests and hills. To the north, mountains. And to the south, even thicker forest and swamp. And then it's also noteworthy to see the river that starts right there and it wraps all the way around and goes south and then bends out back to the ocean. All of the land between the river and the ocean, that is the city. And there, that nether portal there, right in the middle of town, beneath that is the power station. You can't see it because it's underground, but that is the power station, the base, the headquarters for the city and where our inventory is kept. This is one of the entrances to it, and here's another one. See? So, 2 questions on my mind. Where can we fit a redstone farm? It's going to be kind of big. And where can we put something that looks cozy? Well, the first thing that I usually ask myself is, which neighborhood are we building in? So, beneath us is the entertainment district. To the south of that, we've got the Squid Ink factory, and the fish hatchery. It's not as an established neighborhood, but there's a theme there. Over there is the Marina District neighborhood. Lots of building been going on there. And then there's the commercial district and the Old Timey district and downtown where all the skyscrapers are. And then over there is a little bit of a residential area, some houses up on the hill. And then this area is the University District, which is awfully incomplete, but not as incomplete as the northern part of the city up on the hill over where the B Tower is. Well, we want this new build to be cozy, so what is cozy? Something, well, not a lot of this. Cities aren't very cozy. They're kind of cramped and crowded and tight and noisy and rough looking. Yeah, cozy is not how I would describe most of these neighborhoods, but we can still make this happen. Think about it. Cozy to me means, beautiful, yeah, and, but comfortable, extremely comfortable, and being in an environment that is just overwhelmingly beautiful and comfortable and brings you peace and comfort and a feeling of warmth. So to me, that would be something like being in a meadow, or a lovely, beautiful pasture, or a lovely patch of woods. Totally, that's what cozy means to me. A little quaint little home situated in a forest with beautiful flowers and trees. And well, that rules out most of our neighborhoods in the city. But I have an idea of somewhere this may work. I'll take you there now. This is just outside the city on the other side of the river. And here is where we are growing melons. I didn't put that bee in that boat there, by the way. They got in there on their own. And this area comes awfully close to my idea of cozy, and there's some space here to build. So I think this is where we're gonna put our cozy bamboo farm. In this building specifically, the Melon Depot, I don't want our farm today to look exactly like this structure, but I want to take elements from it as inspiration. I like the sloping roof line, and I like using scaffolding as the ceiling block in here. It creates this open air market kind of feeling, and I guess this building qualifies as a pergola or something like that, and not really a full-on building. I mean, it's too big to be a gazebo. Over here we've got an idea for a gazebo, but yeah, there it is. But first, I build the farm. Okay, everybody, I want to try a little experiment. I normally play with a POV of 65, slightly less than normal, and I just want to turn it up a few clicks and see if we can all adjust to that. And okay. I'm doing this because some parts of the city work better with a slightly higher POV than I like to play on. And, well, I just want to try it out with all of you. Okay, the farm we're going to be making today, I've designed myself. It's not anything brand new to the world of bamboo farms. It's a pretty basic setup. Matchstrict helped me get the ideas for the redstone together. It's going to be using observers and pistons. That's the basic idea, kind of like a sugarcane farm. I'm not going to be making a flying machine for this farm. I'm not going to be making one of those great big flying machine bamboo farms. It's just too much for what I need in the city, and it would be a massive structure that would dwarf the skyline, and I don't want to do that. The downside to this style of farm that I'm constructing is that it's going to only produce a low amount of bamboo passively. We're going to actually fill it with bone meal and use bone meal to gather up a bunch of bamboo all at once, and that's going to go through quite a bit of bone meal. However, Matchstrick has a farm in the world that produces a lot of bone meal, so it's not really a concern for us. Oh yeah, and there's this strange machine that the power station seems to have been built for. It produces a good bit of bone meal for us as well. Oh, and listen to this. I've got my drip sounds back. Ooh. This is my favorite thing about the power station. Oh, I forgot to clean this up. All this nasty stuff from that chiseled bookshelf that Matchstrick put up here. I kept the bookshelf because the bookshelf is really nice to have, and I haven't gone to the trouble of crafting any of those for myself yet, so I'll just clean this up, and there it is. All right, first step to building this farm is digging out the hole that the redstone part of the farm is going to go inside. I'm gonna put these chests here, and I'm gonna get to digging and fill it up with a whole bunch of dirt and debris. there is the hole that we dug, and look at all this mess that we made. All right, I need some redstone. I'm gonna go get it from the power station, and on the way there, I'm gonna clean up all this crap. Oh, you guys, I'm about to need a pep talk. I gotta build this redstone farm, and this is an easy one too, but I'm so nervous. We have built one successful redstone farm here in the city already, our glow squid ink farm. It's a great farm. It produces so much glow ink for us. So we've got that going for us. Yeah, we can build this bamboo farm. I mean, it's a bamboo farm. Come on. I can build redstone farms all day. How did Matchtrick get in here and build another chiseled bookshelf in my base already? I just took down the last one. That guy is fast. Get this stuff out of here. I don't need that. Ooh, but I'm keeping this. Another chiseled bookshelf. And now we have the redstone that we need. And before we start putting in that redstone, I wanted to show you, I'm working out what the outside of the farm is going to look like. And I've recreated sort of the pergola structure that the melon depot around the corner has. And don't get too attached because this might change. I'm still actually working out the idea for this build as we go. We're putting in the farm now. First step is to get the collection system in place. And now I'm going to build the first unit of bamboo. And it's essentially dirt or a mud or a sand or something. In this case, we got to use mud there. And then some bamboo. And then the piston. And the observer. And the redstone. And let's see if this works. Okay. And it gets picked up. All right, now we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 more of these. Stage 1 is complete. There is the guts of our bamboo farm. Now we need to build the build. So, how am I gonna do this? It's gonna be cozy. Cozy, cozy, cozy. What is a cozy building? Sometimes you gotta just build a little bit without thinking about it, and then the idea comes to you. And that's what's happened here. I built a little bit of the front of the building, the facade, and it has dawned on me that our bamboo farm is going to be themed as a lodge, like a wilderness lodge, an outdoor lodge, a natural retreat. Yeah. And a lodge, in my mind, is kind of like essentially the same type of building as like a log cabin, but built bigger. It's bigger than a log cabin, and it's got several rooms, and it's just like a cozy place out in the middle of the woods, out in the middle of nature somewhere. A resort, a retreat. And I've kept our pergola design, the Melon Depot design, and I'm going to use it as an awning for the entrance to the lodge. That'll be nice. Okay, I've got to work on the sides now. There is one side. I think I've got the idea nailed down. You can see the first story and the second story. And this is a big deal for me because I don't normally build with multiple blocks of depth. Like the walls, they're not just 1 block deep, they're 2 blocks deep at least. And then with all these fences and shutters and things on the outside, this is a lot of detail for me. But I think that's how you get the cozy look. Lots of detail and ornaments and symmetry and just lots of traditional shapes here that they make you feel comfortable and relaxed and cozy, I think. And around the corner, I'm working out the back side of the building. It is actually the part of the building that you see first if you're coming from the city. And it's going to have a big, big bay window here overlooking this little lake where the melons are growing. Let's work a little bit on that. I think I'm going to use deep slate. Yeah, to contrast with the wood. I think I want the frame of the window to look like metal or something. So we'll do something like this. And then we'll actually come in with some glass pane alternating to make it look like individual frames of glass. Guys, as I'm building this, I found the perfect background music. I'm playing the soundtrack from Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the best soundtrack, one of the best video game soundtracks ever. And it's the perfect thing for this build. It's getting me into that cozy, fantasy, luscious, beautiful kind of atmosphere. And the window is going to open up into a great big room in there, the main lobby of the lodge. It's going to be great. It's going to be cozy. All right. This is the path to the lodge. It is the final step of the building. It's complete. Look at it. There it is, coming through the woods on this beautiful little trail. And you come to the entrance of a whimsical lodge. Let's go in. All right, you enter and you walk around and you descend into the lobby. And of course, the most jarring thing about this lobby is that the floor is transparent, allowing you to see down into the farm. And, you know, I've been to a few lodges in real life, and none of them have had transparent glass floors that peer down into a monstrous piece of machinery, but that's what our lodge is going to have. And I've got some ideas for how to make this machine even more monstrous and machine-like. Okay, and there it is. And it's a lot of just little bits of detail to look like machinery in there. Pipings and iron work and electrical lines and stuff like that. And it's not really in your face. It's really in the peripheral. That lends to this eerie, creepy vibe of walking into a beautiful, cozy lodge and having this monstrosity of a machine beneath you. Okay, this lodge interior is nice and cozy, but how do I make it cozier? What could make this place? I got it! There is nothing cozier than a fireplace. Okay, we need a fireplace, and it's gonna be a big one. Yeah, a big one big enough for this lodge. Okay, I'm happy with that. We've got the fire going, some pokers here where you can stoke the fire, a big lovely mantle with some plants on it, and then I went ahead and added in some more cozy things, candles in the rafters. And let's see, what else can we do? Oh, this hanging sign thing is cool. You can use it to hang lanterns now. Yeah, you don't have to just use the standard chains and iron bars and things like that. You can put this hanging sign up like so with the lantern, and then the lantern will attach to it. Okay. All right, right here, since I've got these double thick walls, I can punch this one out and then make that like a little built-in. I'm gonna stick a painting back there, and then put a plant in front of it. And that works. That's lovely. I'm going to go ahead and add another built-in this little atrium lobby entryway area here. And just like that. And with that, I want to call our cozy lodge build complete. I'm so happy with it. Here are the lies we told. From the outside, there is a second story. On the inside, there's not. Forgive me. Also, the roof shows a few additional fireplaces, but there's really just one in the building. Forgive me. Oh, I forgot to show you these flower boxes I added. Those new cherry flowers, the ones that spread on the ground, they work really well in these flower boxes. You know what I also forgot? I forgot to show you how the farm works. All right, in here, this trap door you open up. That lever right there operates the farm, but first you have to descend to the bottom, and then you can see here we've got an observer sequence that will turn the farm on and off per the lever up at the top. And then if you go down here to the collection mechanism, I didn't build a water chute or anything to send the items to the surface. I can just walk to the bottom of this farm. It's not a big deal, and it will cut down on blocks. But yeah, down here, this is where the bamboo comes, and this is where I'm keeping some bone meal. So you gotta take the bone meal, and you gotta manually load it into the dispensers, but we don't have to do this chore very often. It's not a big deal. And then once the dispensers are full, you go back up and you flick the lever and the farm will operate. So let's go do that. And of course, this farm operates passively too. If I'm in the area and I've got it loaded, as the bamboo grows on its own, the farm will trigger and collect the bamboo. And here we go. I know this works because I've already tested it. So I'm gonna show it to you now. Ooh, it's hypnotic. Okay. Final problem we need a solution for. We've got a hole here on this corner of the house, the lodge, and no blocks can go here because of those slime blocks. They'll stick to them. So I gotta build something up. And I think I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a little woodshed here. So we're gonna put down some cobble and then some wall and then put in the nether fence. And then the roof of the shed I'm gonna make out of brick, trim, and on the inside like a fabric looking block, maybe like mushroom stem or wool. And I am happy with that. All right. And I even added in over here a little area beside the wood pile. You see they've got a cutter here where they're cutting the boards. And then over here, they're assembling that new mosaic stuff. Wow. Another successful redstone-powered farm in the city, and I couldn't be happier with myself. We did a good job today. Let me know what you think, and if you think you've enjoyed the episode, leave a like on the video. I appreciate it. And don't hesitate if you have an idea of something that I could add to the city, drop it in the comments. This has been a really fun episode to make today. I hope it's been fun for you too. If you want to see more of me, BubLimeYo, it's free to subscribe. Next time, I think I'm gonna go get that sniffer egg. I need one. All right, I will. See you in the next one.